One of our great protections is our awareness. So you can step into any situation or leave any situation fully aware. And what awareness looks like is, this is disturbing my peace. This is bringing something up for me. I feel XYZ. And as you acknowledge yourself, you are walking with yourself. And to pay attention to your needs allows the deepest part of you to know that you are in this together, which means there's a level of safety because you're present and you care. The thing is that people, the sensitivity of people and our unconscious history that we carry, everyone carries to a moment a unconscious history, and the research even says that there's an unconscious generational history that we carry. So we never know what part of us meets a moment. But what we do know is that when we begin to feel something inside, we must take care of ourselves. And taking care of ourselves means being intentional, means that we are with ourselves. If we are with ourselves, we are championing ourselves. Means be present with yourself right here, right now. Ask yourself the questions that if yourself was your child or that person sitting in the chair across from you, how would you speak to that self to make sure that that self is feeling safe, seen, and heard? And those places in our lives in the past where a moment overwhelmed us, where we felt unsafe and disconnected, it's because we didn't have the awareness of how important it is to be with ourselves. Just when you find yourself in overwhelm and disconnecting, you can do something as simple as, my feet are on the ground. My hands are on my knees. My stomach is feeling queasy, upset, nervous, anxious, scared. My heart is. Each acknowledgement of you and where you are is you being with yourself. And energy work, you can find energy healers who give you techniques, but even those techniques, underneath the technique is you consciously being with yourself. I think that the more accurate statement might be that we are with ourselves to the degree that we know ourselves today. And we can be with ourselves to a different degree tomorrow, as we address ourselves today and make room for the deeper self tomorrow. So often, the tension that we add to the stress of the challenge that we are literally walking through, navigating, the tension is our inability to be with what is in the moment. There's no place to hide from the energy that is stirred up in our lives, because only energy that is present can be stirred. I don't make stories out of that stuff, but you acknowledge that's interesting. And just acknowledging it is enough, right? If you sit in your observer's chair and just be aware of the feelings, if there's something there, if your life is working with you and that moment is important, it'll reveal itself. And then we add to that some unconscious judgment or self-management that requires energy that is the antithesis of where you are. And so there's this pull, this conflicted moment. And if we just go with the what is of it, then these systems that are incredibly intelligent. I know that the amount of trauma that lives in the world is directly related to the lack of information that we have had up until now regarding how to work with these systems intuitively. Because I watch my dogs, and the moment that they go from alert to fine, there's a shake. There's a shake. And that's them regulating themselves. And we human beings have the same inborn systems of care. And we're only now beginning to discover what they are and beginning to lean into them outside of these false and performative human behaviors that we have learned that are social but aren't good for society. Learning to listen it's a skill that most people are not really great at. And to be able to just be and listen to everything. We think that we're just listening to the words that are coming out of someone's mouth. But when we embark upon becoming champion listeners, we discover that listening is a whole life experience. It's not just an auditory thing. It becomes the skill of being present and allowing all of our faculties to be part of the experience of being with ourselves and then another. And one of the things that I love about this work is that it starts with self. And up until recently, so much development or social engagement or desires even about having a better relationship, intimate relationship, work relationship, it was all about out there. But the truth is, it all starts right here. Listen to ourselves so that we can better listen to other people. See what we do to ourselves so that we can see what we're doing with and to other people.